Building a hardware startup is one of the toughest paths in business. But what if a specific strategy could help you outperform the market by over 200%? This isn't a theory. It's a proven financial reality that most hardware startups never achieve. With failure rates reaching 90%, the odds are against you from the very beginning. Here, we will break down why industrial design is the deciding factor separating failure from success. The first great filter for any hardware company is the valley of death. This is the hazardous gap between a working prototype and a product you can actually manufacture. Early mistakes here can define your entire budget, but how much is truly at stake? The number is coming up. First, poorly defined user needs. Without deep research, you're building a product for an imaginary customer, wasting time and money. Second, ignoring design for manufacturability. Your prototype works, but it's impossible to produce at scale without a costly redesign. And third, skipping early feasibility tests. This leads to thermal failures or regulatory rejection late in the process, killing the product. These are the traps. Industrial design provides the escape route by reversing the entire development process. Remember that budget question? A staggering 80% of a product's final cost gets locked in during the initial design phase. This means your most significant financial decisions happen right at the beginning, defining downstream costs for materials and assembly. An industrial design consultant's primary function is to optimize that 80%, preventing expensive fixes later on. Beyond cost, consultants bring clarity. They turn a founder's idea into a tangible product vision and a coherent brand identity. They are the bridge between your complex engineering and the end user, making sophisticated technology feel simple and desirable. Let's make this real. Industrial design creates a human-centered experience. The satisfying click of a button is not accidental. It's designed. This focus on human experience creates an emotional response. Form, color, and interface make customers feel something about your product. Think of iconic products like the original iPhone or a Dyson vacuum. Their success was built on a design language that created desire. This emotional connection is your competitive moat. What story does your product's design tell potential customers? Today, that story begins before launch. Designers create photorealistic 3D visualizations for pitches, websites, and funding campaigns. But the strategic value goes deeper. Professional design is needed to secure intellectual property through design patents. Great design also considers the product's full life cycle, planning for durability, repairability, and upgradability from the start. An overlooked benefit is the network. Consultants bring an ecosystem of trusted engineers, manufacturers, and marketers. For a startup with limited resources, this network is a force multiplier, de-risking your supply chain and market entry. As you can see, industrial design is not a department. It is the strategic hub connecting technology, customers, and your entire business. Let's pull all of this together. We started with the common pitfalls, poor requirements, and manufacturability issues. We saw that 80% of your costs are locked in early. A consultant optimizes this and uses their network to ensure it can be built. Then, we saw how design creates an emotional connection. When you protect that unique design with IP, you create a defensible brand asset. This is the key insight. Industrial design consulting is not a product expense. It is comprehensive business risk mitigation. Recall the valley of death? Industrial design is the bridge across it, built with user insight and manufacturing knowledge. It is the single most vital investment a hardware startup can make to secure its viability and open the way for massive growth. So for founders, bring design expertise in on day one. For investors, make it a non-negotiable part of your diligence. The path to outperforming the market T isn't paved with just technology. It's built with intentional strategic design.